The MP5 inside of the Modern Warfare 2 beta has to be the best weapon inside of the game. In today's video, I will not only be going over as to why, the attachments I use that makes it so good, and also on top of that, how you could unlock it, because as of the time that I'm making this video and uploading it, this weapon isn't officially out. Now there will be timestamps down below if you just want to skip to certain parts, just so you don't have to watch through stuff you already might know. Now the first thing I'm just going to quickly cover, and you can skip this, is how to get the MP5 early and with a bit of a glitch. So when you're in create a class on any of the assault, hunter, or tank areas. I personally go for the hunter one. Once you select the hunter class, for your primary, change it to the expedite 12 shotgun. What this will then allow you to do is go over to your perk package and select the assault one. The reason you want to do this is because you will get overkill, and that will allow you to essentially change the secondary weapon to a weapon that you aren't supposed to have unlockable just yet. This weapon is called the Lukrembo 556. Once you go onto the Lukrembo 556 gunsmith and go all the way to progression and inspect it, you will find out that you are actually able to unlock the MP5 on level 12 of the Lukrembo 556, and that's the way you're currently able to unlock the MP5. Now let's quickly talk about the weapon itself. It's a submachine gun, which you might know already, and it's just such a good weapon. The time to kill on it is very good, obviously with the attachments that I will be going over in a minute. On top of this, it's really easy to move around with it, and even the iron sight and its control of the weapon itself is pretty good. I've never had any issues with it. Now this is good for close combat and even distant combat, but the attachments that I personally use on the MP5 are, for the barrel, I have the FTAC M sub 12 inch, which is the first barrel you can unlock. This adds on bullet velocity, damage range, hip fire accuracy, and also recoil control. Moving over to the underbarrel, I have the lock grip precision 40. Now do bear in mind, not every single attachment will always be unlockable, so this is just for the beta. Now this adds on hip fire accuracy, gun king control, and also aim walking steadiness, which is also pretty good thing because sometimes I do personally walk around with the MP5. Next thing is for the ammunition. I have the 9mm hollow point, which adds on crippling power. It does just increase your damage, but it does decrease the actual accuracy, but I personally really enjoy using it. Another thing is a magazine. I use the 50 round drum, and that is just because I want to have an additional 50 rounds onto my weapon. Personally, I use the 15, which obviously just decreases the amount. 40 and 50 just felt like the most appropriate. The only thing that it does take down is movement speed, sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, reload quickness, which is a lot, but I think it's stuff that is kind of acceptable to sacrifice. And the last attachment that I have is the LM Cronus rear grip. This adds on flinch resistant, which in my opinion just increases the accuracy, and it kind of brings back some of the stuff that you are decreasing with the other attachments. Obviously these are personally my favorite ones. Whenever I go over attachments, I always get judged and people tell me that they're not very good. So if you have better attachment combos for this, since we can only equip 5 with the special things that you put on with your perks, and it is the beta, definitely be sure to comment down below what in your opinion is a better change for these, as I would personally obviously know if I could make this build even better. But going back to the weapon itself, it just feels so nice to use. I personally really like using the shotgun inside of this game, and I know that's kind of like a bad thing from what I noticed if you use shotguns, because they're just so good. And this is a submachine gun. It's really good at close combat, as I mentioned, and sometimes it can be really beneficial in the distance. Now apart from the attachments, the playstyle, and everything else, there's nothing much more to say. I just really recommend for you to hop in, test it out, and see for yourself. Obviously if the weapon is officially out, then just unlock it the way it's supposed to be, or you could do the glitch that I mentioned earlier. Thank you so much for watching. If you're looking forward to more Modern Warfare 2 content, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.